In the book, Data and Goliath, the author takes readers through an eye-opening experience talking about data collection, technology advancements, surveillance, and everything in between. The author provides amazing points relating to data collection and everything that intertwines in between it, making it very relatable and easy to understand. I stand by everything that the author said and completely agree with the points he discussed. The author brings up really good points, which is why I support the topics that he brought up in regards to data collection. The first one that I want to talk about is the correlation between new technologies and the use of internet with data collection. Meaning, with the increased technology that we have in our world today, companies such as Google, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter have the opportunity to store a wide variety of our data for years, months, weeks, basically however long they want it, which can be helpful in some cases for criminal investigations, but other than that, it's pretty scary in my opinion. A Forbes article that I found said that one of the most frightening common issues with data collection is the security surrounding it. I think this is very true because if you look into data collection, there's not a whole lot of security around it and there's not any regulations either. Something that also piqued my interest and got a little bit of a laugh at me was his point saying, I used to say that Google knows more about what I'm thinking than my wife does, but that doesn't go far enough. Google knows more about what I'm thinking of than I do, because Google remembers it all perfectly and forever. The perfectly and forever is what really stuck out in my mind because it's true. These new technology advancements allow more storage of our data. So this leads to companies being able to create almost an identification of ourselves that can be easily shared and sold to others, which is the part that is extremely wrong in my opinion. Our data that we use for free and share on accident, on purpose, whatever it is, gets sold, and these people make a huge profit out of it. Another research article that I found explained that 93% of adults say that being in control of who can get their information about them is important. 74% feel that this is very important, while 19% say it's somewhat important. Now, when I first started reading this book, I might have fallen into the 19% because I know that our data is collected, but I didn't ever really think that far into it. After reading this book, I have a whole new understanding and definitely feel that I fit in the 65% and think that it is extremely important to understand what data is being collected from you, which leads to my next point of human privacy. This is something that is becoming a huge issue because our data obviously is being collected and sold without our permission or even knowledge. So that can create legal problems very quickly. Security.org explains that 47 United States have non-existent consumer data privacy laws, which is just mind-blowing to me because that means only 3 of our states actually have laws regarding data collection, which I think is a huge issue and something needs to be done about it. Which leads to my conclusion. The author brings up great points on how we can solve these issues of data collection and what's happening in our world today, which is another stance that I stand by. He explains that through accountability, more oversight, some regulations, and even getting people involved in Washington, D.C. to pass some of these regulations are steps in the right way that can make an impact in our future. If something isn't done about this issue, our world is going to turn into a crazy data collected world of information that we didn't even know about ourselves that now these companies have and are selling to other people, which can become dangerous extremely quick. The author of this book provides a strong background of what is actually happening in our world and the data that's being collected on us. And he explains that something needs to be done in order for this to change and move in the right direction, which is why I chose to stand beside what the author had to say and agree with the points that he made. If you're interested in an eye-opener and something that might get your heart racing a little bit, I would definitely recommend this book to truly understand where your data is going and why it's being tracked like it is.